Hey everyone, my name's Tiana. I'm just starting out here on YouTube, and I thought that to start it off, since this is my first video, I would do a get ready with me / get to know me using the Kat Von D Star Studded palette. So I'm just gonna jump right in and tell you more about me as I go. Sorry, I have to pull my hair up so that it's out of my way so that I can work. I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation as my foundation today. I am the color light beige. I was living in Pittsburgh most recently, and this was the only one that I could find that didn't smear weird on me and didn't turn my skin a weird color. I've had a really hard time finding a foundation that works for me, and so for the longest time I didn't even wear foundation because I couldn't find one that didn't oxidize funny and make me look either yellow or orange or really pale. So I was very lucky. I found this one. I went to Sephora and did their Color IQ, and that's how I found this. So the lady that helped me was awesome. I'm very grateful to her for actually finding me a makeup that I can use and that works on my skin. I put it on like this first. I mean, there's lots of different methods. I spread it out across my skin and then go in with a brush and smooth it in. So I guess I'll start telling you about me. I am 22. I am married and have been married for just over 3 years. My husband is amazing. I love him. He is going to school right now in Madeira, Portugal, which is an island off the coast of Portugal that is still part of Portugal, even though it's not in the mainland. So we just moved to Europe. The 1st of January was actually the day that we got here, so happy New Year's to us. We gotta get a new apartment, and I'm having fun learning a new language. My husband luckily already speaks Portuguese, so he's enjoying getting to practice all of his skills, and I am following along and trying to learn the best I can. I didn't use a primer today. It's kind of afternoon-ish here, and so I'm not going anywhere today, so this is just for right now look. I usually do use a primer. My favorite one is the Too Faced Primed Poreless makeup primer. I really enjoy that one. I also enjoy the Benefit Professional one. Those two are my favorite. For me to get my eyeshadow to stay, I have to use a primer and a paint pot. If I don't use a cream shadow and a primer, then my makeup just all smears into one. I'm not sure what it is about my skin type, but if you watch more of my videos, you'll see me putting on both every time because that's the only way I can get it to stay the way that I want it to. So I just moved from America to Europe, which is scary. I am very intimidated. It is my first time out of the country, and so my first time even leaving the US, I get to move here for a year. So that's kind of fun. Leaving family, both mine and my husband's family live in the US, and they both live close to each other, and we lived close to them, so it's definitely hard not being around family. But I'm enjoying my time here so far. We've been here for almost a month. It's kind of crazy. We live like right by the ocean, which is awesome. The view from our window is gorgeous. I love waking up every morning and being able to open the shutters and just seeing the crystal clear water. It is so beautiful. We do not have any kids yet. We are struggling with infertility, actually. We have been trying to have kids for a few years now, have done some doctor's visits, have found out a few of what the problems are, and right now that's kind of on hold while we're in Europe, and we'll most likely pick up again when we get back to the States. So I'm using the star-studded palette. I started out with this color right here, which is Damned. So I did that one all over my lid. Today I'm going to do kind of a bright look. So my eyes are bluish green, so I can get them to go either way depending on what colors I use. Today I'm going to be using the blues because I feel like there's a lot of blues there and you can do a lot of different things with them. So that's my plan right now. I'm going to go in with Starflyer, which is this bright blue right here next, and I'm gonna do that on my eye, kind of over the whole thing, well, like 3/4 of the way across my eye. So I'm just gonna go in and tap that in. I am using the Sigma short shader E20 right now. The first brush that I used was the large shader E60. And then to put on my foundation, I used a Costal Scents brush. I'm not sure if it has a number. This was one that I was given and I really enjoy it. So that's what I used for my foundation. Either that or I use a beauty blender or just my hands. Those are my typical that I use for it. So getting back to what I was talking about, we don't have any kids yet, but we did get a puppy when we got here. She is super cute. I love her lots. Her name is Princesa. Funny story of how we got her name. We had decided we were gonna go look for a puppy when we got here, and we hadn't really decided on a name because we were just going to go to a shelter, and so we weren't sure if she was already going to be named or if we were going to have to pick the name, if it was going to be a boy, if it was going to be a girl. We weren't really sure what was going to happen that way, so we didn't have a name picked out. We decided to go and look, and we saw her, and both me and my husband immediately fell in love with her. She is so cute. And so we decided to adopt her that day. And because we decided to adopt her, in Europe they microchip their animals. And my understanding was they didn't microchip until until they were 4 months old. But since we were adopting her and she was only 3 months old, they decided to microchip her anyways. So she got a microchip. We didn't have a name picked out. They had to have a name for the microchip, and so the lady gave us 2 minutes and then started counting backwards from 10. So Princess was the best name we could come up with. Her name may be changing. We haven't decided officially if that's her official name or not, but it definitely fits her. My husband spoils her like none other, which is so cute, and I love watching because their relationship is so cute. So then I'm going to go in with this kind of purpley color right here, and it's called Facination Street. So I'm going to go in with this color, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner. It's a little bit lighter than that blue is, and I thought it might be a good contrast to the blue that I'm doing. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of that and just put it right here in the corner. So our little puppy is our newest addition to our family. She is super cute, and I'm sure eventually you guys will end up seeing her. But like I was saying, I'm 22, been married for 3 years. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Another name you may know them by is LDS or Mormon, and that is the religion that me and my husband are in. And I love going to church. I love God. That may offend some people, and if it is offensive to you, I'm sorry, but I am going to stick to my beliefs, and I want to be one of those people that shares with you guys what I really think and really feel, and be able to have more of a close relationship than just me doing beauty and you guys watching. I just went in with Leather, which is this color down here. It's darker than I thought it was going to be. That's the first time I've used this color. And so I'm definitely going to have to go in with a lighter color and a different brush and kind of buff it out some more, because that's definitely a lot darker than I wanted it to be. I like some looks to be dark, but for the most part I do lighter looks. I can do a smoky eye. I like doing smoky eyes. But I just enjoy when it's like during the day and I'm just going to be going out and doing different things. I like a little bit more muted look. The colors are not coming across at all. I'm going to have to figure out better lighting. Maybe I can move this a little bit so you guys can see a little better. That's a little better. Sorry, still trying to figure out this whole camera thing. I don't have an actual camera. I'm using one of my husband's computers, and so figuring this all out is oh so much fun. And for that I was using the F63 and the E38. The F63 is what I use to apply the color, and the E38 is what I use to buff out the color. Now I'm going to go in with this dark sparkly blue called Estrella. Is that one right there. I'm going to go in with this one and do that just in the V, in the outer V. So a little more about me. I love music. I love Broadway. I am a huge fan of all things musical and all things music related. I'm pretty good at lyrics. It's funny, my husband is not a music person at all. Like, he never listens to music. He doesn't care for music really. And so when we were dating and when we got married, he started listening to music in the car, because I listen to music all the time. And so he's had to kind of get used to it over the past couple years. So I don't know if you can see, but this is the look. I have the purple in the inner corner, the lighter blue right here, the dark blue in the V, and then the leather in the crease. It really isn't coming across as good as I would have hoped. I'll have to figure out the lighting situation for my next video. So at this point, I'm just going to go in with a highlight color. I decided, because I'm kind of sticking with the blues and purples, I would use Violator, which is this purple over here, and a little bit of Anti-Star, which is this white one right here. So I'm going to be using the purple for the inner corner of my eye right here, is this highlight. And this one is very, very, very powdery. I barely touched it with my brush, and it poofed a lot, and I had a lot of fallout. So that's one of the worst ones. So doing kind of a review of the colors that I've done, a lot of them are way more powdery than the other Kat Von D products that I've used. Like I said, I have her Monarch palette, which I absolutely love. It is one of my go-to palettes. Oh, I love this thing. The makeup is so smooth. My puppy knocked this off the shelf, so I have a broken piece right there. But other than that, when it got dropped, I hadn't had a lot of fallout. I hadn't had any issues. Like, I love this palette. And so I was really hoping when I got the Star-Studded palette that it would be similar, that it would be up to the same degree that the Monarch palette is, and it's just not. It's a lot more powdery. It's a lot more there's a lot more fallout. I feel like it's not as smooth, it's not as easy to blend. I'm taking the Starflyer, which is the bright blue again, and I'm just gonna use it as an eyeliner under my eye. Kind of get that color to pop in there. I'm gonna continue it over to where I put the purple on the inner corner. So I'm gonna do that the same on the other side, and then I'm gonna go in with a darker, with the darker blue, and just put it in that outer corner so that it's a little darker towards the outside. So yeah, I just took the darker one and I'm gonna put that right here so that it darkens up that corner. You can't see them right now, but I actually have very long natural eyelashes, which I love. I am so glad that I have long eyelashes. They can kind of be a pain sometimes. I do wear glasses. You'll see me in glasses every once in a while, and so I do have glasses, and I end up with black streaks on my glasses because my eyelashes are so long. So I just took a little bit of the brown again, so I'm going to take a little bit more of the blue and just put a little bit more of it in that corner. I feel like the sides weren't entirely even, so I'm going to try to even them up a little bit more. So I come from a small-ish family. It's 4 kids, which I know the rest of the world that's a medium to large family, but my husband comes from a family of 24 children, so it's kind of ridiculous. His parents are amazing. They are wonderful parents, and they have adopted kids from all over the world. They've adopted kids that wouldn't necessarily get adopted otherwise, so they've really saved a bunch of lives and been able to give kids that probably would have died in the orphanage a new chance at life. I have 6 in-laws from Ethiopia. I have 2 from Russia, 1 from Romania, 3 from Kazakhstan, 1 from Guatemala, 2 from California, and there's 3 biological children, and I can't remember the rest right now. I'll have to do the full list at some point, but there's a lot of kids in his family, and my mother-in-law is just amazing. The way that she has raised these kids is incredible. I have small eyes. My eyes look very droopy, but I like the look of a darker eyelash. So I usually take a black and put it on the top, and then I take a white eyeliner and put it on the bottom so that the bottom makes it emphasize more so that my eyes don't look so droopy. So that's my typical look, is I draw in the black on the top. So just kind of like that. It just gives it a little more definition. And then the white that I have is a very, very bright white. So I've actually colored the tip a little more, added a little bit of black to it so it's not quite as stark white, because I'm not a huge fan of that look. But I just take that and color my inner waterline, so that it just kind of opens up my eye a little bit more. If you compare the two, this one looks like you can see a little bit more of the eye than the other one does. So that way it just adds a little bit of brightness and makes it look like my eyes aren't quite so tired. Today I am actually going to be using a drugstore. Oh, and those eyeliners were Jordana 24-hour made to last liquid liner pencil. So this you can find at like I found this at Walgreens or Rite Aid, but I've also seen it at like the local dollar store sometimes. So you can find this a lot of places. And then the white one was a NYX white retractable pencil. So this you can find at Ulta, you can find at Target. I got mine at Ulta. That's usually my go-to place for makeup, either that or Sephora. So I'm using the Covergirl Clump Crusher mascara today. This you can find at Walmart, Target, Ulta, different stores like that. Oh, the star-studded palette, I know they were selling it at Sephora. I'm not sure if this was one of the limited edition Christmas ones. I'll have to check on that and I'll put it down below. But I know that was available over Christmas. And then the Tarte makeup you can get at Sephora. You can get it at Ulta. And then the paint pot that I use is Painterly from M.A.C. So that is a M.A.C product. You can get that at Nordstrom's, some Macy's, or a M.A.C Pro store. The primer that I used was the LORAC Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer, and LORAC is sold at Kohl's now. I think they stopped carrying it at Ulta if I remember correctly, but you can find it at Kohl's if you have a Kohl's near you. My eyelashes have a lot of curl to them already, so I don't typically curl them, especially if I've washed my face right before I'm applying it. My eyelashes have a lot of curl, so I don't need, if I curl them, then they like touch my eyebrow, and I'm not a fan of that much curl, so I just kind of wiggle it, like just start at the base and wiggle it upwards. So those are my eyelashes. They're very long. They're not super full, but I'd rather have them look how they do than have short ones. I was very, very blessed with my eyelashes. And so I'm just gonna do both, and then I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of contour because I'm not really going out today. I'm not gonna do a full contour, but I do like adding a little bit, especially because naturally I have so much red in my face that I just feel like I look weird if I just put on just put on foundation and then don't add to it. So I definitely make sure to do a little bit of highlighting contour when I do my when I wear foundation. I don't wear foundation every day. I have pretty good skin, it's just really red, and so with that, like, because I'm living on an island now, it's sunny all year round, I'm wearing my Tarte one a lot more just because it has SPF 15, and I do burn. I don't burn a lot, but I do get more red and I do burn a little bit, so I definitely want to stop that as much as possible because it's just not good for you. For my bronzer, I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. Love this bronzer. This bronzer is my favorite. I am in love with it. When I go through it, I'm going to be very, very sad if I can't find it here in Europe because it honestly is like my top color. Princesa! Hi. Sorry, she's still getting trained, and so we still kind of have to watch her to make sure that she's not going to go potty anywhere that she's not supposed to. So I'm just going to add a little bit down here to create a little bit of a shadow. Continue that up towards, following my hairline up towards my chin, or my forehead. My chin's down lower. Sorry, guys. And then I'm going to do a little bit right there. Yes, I make funny faces and all. I am not one of those girls that can just look straight at the camera and be able to just do everything looking straight on with not making weird faces or anything like that. I am really good at making weird faces. It's part of my charm. And then I'm not going to add a blush today. I didn't apply my foundation as dark, so I didn't get as much full coverage, so you can still kind of see the red. And if I add too much blush to that, it'll really like emphasize my redness. So, sorry, my eyeliner exploded a little bit, so I got some on my hands. I need to go wash that off. But this is my finished look for today. I'm gonna pull my hair down. Whoop. It'll look a little kinky for a minute, but my hair is very, very fine and very, very thin. So it takes it a minute after I've had it up, and then it will be board straight again. Which is very, very nice living in a humid place like Portugal. Oh, like Madeira, which is the island that we're on. It makes it so that I cannot have hair like this when I walk outside. My hair looks very polished and clean, which I enjoy. So I don't usually do my eyebrows just because I don't have any of the stuff that I used to use to do my eyebrows, so I'm definitely going to be getting more of that, and then I will do more eyebrow stuff. My hair is a pretty light color and so are my eyebrows, so it would more be just filling them in would be what I do. But this is my finished look for today, and that's a little bit about me. I will be doing more videos. For right now, I'm mostly going to be doing tutorials with the different palettes that I have. I'm going to be aiming to put 2 or 3 videos on a week. We will see how well that works out. It just kind of depends on if things get busy or if I end up getting a job or what exactly goes on with my husband's schooling. So, thanks. See you later. Bye.